to sufficient lock?
Yeah, what's this? Look, I just palmed it as well.
How did you did just palm it?
See?
I didn't think the steering was light enough for palming it.
Well, I've got a very strong palm. I haven't told you this. I just went to see Bryan Ferry playing live. His band are really good.
Are they?
Well, they're just very tight. Very tight.
Yeah.
Very
What was
tight.
your favourite song that he did?
Do you know a song that I've forgotten how much I like from his back catalogue is Oh Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a lovely song, and he did a great version of that. There's a lady on the radio, and it's quite a sad song as well, because if you listen to the words, it's basically he gets the girl, he's with the girl, and then the last verse is he's broken up with the girl and he's on his own in the car listening to the song on the radio.
That's right.
And I've always thought, what is the car?
Now
playing in my car. For some reason, I imagine he's in America, and I think it's like one of those sort of like, was it an Oldsmobile Parisienne? Like one of those massive
Pontiac Parisienne.
Pontiac, beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
like
could
a
have been,
really massive 60s car.
See, I think the Ferry would remain patriotic in another country. He'd go for a Triumph TR6.
No, too old giffery.
Really?
An XJ6 in the 80s, or an XJS, but I don't think he'd want a convertible because of his hair.
XJ12, the
XJ12, yeah.
Series 3?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Series 3. Yeah, because...
Like the drummer off of
well, let's look at the evidence. Bryan Ferry is, fact, the suavest man in the world.
Yeah.
Apart from Nigel Havers, maybe.
Even though he's from working class Newcastle background.
Yeah, but your background is no barrier to your suavity.
It's true, it's true.
So he's the suavest man in the world, and I think the Series 3 XJ from Jaguar is the suavest car in the world.
Do you?
Name a suaver car.
But Arthur Daly had one.
Well,
Minder spec.
That's the irony, though, isn't it? It's the same as Bryan Ferry. It's like he's very suave, but actually he comes from a sort of back street in Newcastle. The Jag.
Can you imagine if he?
What is? I want you to name a more suave car.
I'm just thinking. Can you imagine if Bryan Ferry did his own version of the Minder theme tune? It would actually be really smooth.
Be so good to you. Oh, that would be lovely.
And he'd have a super thin mic.
Very thin.
Super thin.
Just like it's like a large cigar. That he just.
What is more suave than a Series 3? Jag. Suave. Volvo 262C. Suave?
No, not suave.
No, not suave.
Not suave.
I mean, Jensen Interceptor.
All quite suave.
Yeah, and I could see him in one of those.
Yeah.
Just throwing MPG abandon with gay abandon.
Yeah, because he's had a bit of success. He can afford to clog it.
I remember Brian's son had a massive car crash on Christmas Eve up in Scotland. About 5 or 6 years ago. Brian had to go up there. Yeah, it was in the news over Christmas, and they showed a picture of the car, and you genuinely couldn't tell what car it was. It was a big smash on a rural Scottish road.
Oh. But
I was thinking, where did the Ferry fly in from or drive from? Was the Ferry in the UK?
Well, he's one of those rock stars who lives in the Cotswolds, isn't he? Surely.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Trout Lake, the lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Roger Daltrey spec.
Daltrey spec.
A guy came and bought some of my children's furniture off eBay, who runs Roger Daltrey's old trout lake.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Daltrey out of the trout game now?
Daltrey's in a different trout lake.
Oh,
he gets bored and apparently moves around.
I don't like these trout anymore. I'm going to go and get some different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still in the game though, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Daltrey trout.
I think Ferry just lets someone else farm his trout lake. He's not really trouty.
Ferry should.
He shoots pheasant, I think. I think he does actually, doesn't he? Isn't his son, his other son, full Countryside Alliance? How dare you not let me chase a fox around for 2 hours until it dies?
No, he's the opposite, isn't he? Otis.
Yeah.
He's anti.
Is he?
Isn't he very anti?
Oh, is he the one who scaled the cenotaph? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and got caught urinating or something.
I think Ferry though is a bit huntsman-y.
I could see him with the velvet attire.
But he might have gone for that just because he likes the look.
And a hunting. I would totally just do it for
and then
the
the people in the village have gone, oh, he's one of us.
Oh, he hunts for scent. He doesn't hunt for real kill.
Okay.
It's all about the scent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, he turns up to shoots in a Series 3 XJ12.
It's always getting bogged down.
It's just
someone they take it in terms of the other people. They're always like, right, now listen, before he arrives, who is going to drive Brian?
Who's going to tow Brian out?
I haven't got a tow bar on my new Range Rover, so if one of you guys could, that would be great.
Bryan, what he does, he takes...
Oh no, he's here. Because they can't hear him coming as well because of the famously smooth V12 engine.
Of course.
To the last minute, there's a rustle round the hedgerow, and then suddenly...
Does he take a running jump into the field? Because he knows...
I think he arrives at speed, yeah, because that's it. It's almost like it's the momentum theory of off-roading. He leaves the last of the track at high speed.
He just belly scrabbles.
Yeah, no, then he absolutely floors it. It's in third. It's in third. It's a 3-speed box on those, isn't it? And it's in third. Oh, maybe they're 4-speed, the later ones, but I think he's got quite an early one.
Yeah, he'll have an early one.
He's got an early one on, and not on pepper pots. He's on those 5-spoke starfish wheels, which I love.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit more suave.
5-spoke starfish.
And he absolutely mats it as he enters the field, so that in fact sometimes the car does a full sort of, it might just do not even a 360, it's done like a 720, and then it just, with any luck, he's not disorientated. No, that's the thing, he is unflappable behind the wheel.
Oh, okay.
There's not, I mean,
so just
because he's a Palmer par excellence, and he might just very delicately enter some opposite lock if he can be bothered, just to kind of collect it all. And hopefully it'll just come to a halt, perfectly positioned near where everyone's standing.
And does he pop the boot? And there's just guns. It just goes boom. You hear the solenoid go.
Because once he popped it a little too early, and a load of cartridges flew out and went all over the field.
He just showered people with his guns.
Yeah.
I think Bryan,
but it's okay, but then he gets out.
He doesn't smoke anymore because it's not so good for...
Yeah, it's not good for
It's
the
not
voice.
social anymore.
Yeah.
But when he goes on a shoot, things are different.
Yeah.
It's usually around Christmas.
Yeah.
Will he have a little thin fag on?
He'll have a slim cigar.
A cigarello.
And he's got a hip flask.
Oh.
Or he might just have a sort of wooden cabinet he's had built into the boot of the XJ, which has got gin in it. And he makes himself a strong gin and tonic.
Yeah. Because he knows you're not driving home. He knows
because he's beached the XJ.
He's driven it at the beach, hasn't he? It's like
the other people on the shoot are starting to suspect that, in fact, because they've seen Ferry's house, and he has got an old shape Range Rover.
Yeah.
Not a Series 1, but he hasn't got the latest shape because it's not suave. It's a bit too gaudy.
Yeah.
He's got the last shape, an L322.
Yeah.
Nice, discreet spec.
Yeah.
Grey. No chromy bits on it.
No.
And they've seen it, they know he's got it, and they're starting to think. Ferry comes on the
he's got an agenda.
Shoots in the XJ12, because then you go, oh no, I'm afraid it seems to be fully stuck. Someone else could give me a lift back to the, and then the next day he just gets Otis to drive him out to the field in the Range Rover, and he can go and tow the XJ out.
Of course he tows it. I've got in my head that he might at some point have had a Monteverdi.
Yes.
Because nobody else would.
Do you know what he had in the 80s? Quite suave. A bitter SC.
What, really, he had? I believe
Not that I'm aware of.
I believe the narrative.
Damn, I wish I could have gone through that. No, I just think that's the kind of car he would have. Yeah. Because they're quite suave, they're quite unusual. Swiss. Now, all rock stars of that era have at some point lived in Switzerland.
Swiss residents, yes.
Swiss residents, you know. Bowie was very Swiss.
Yes.
Bowie
was Swiss. His Swiss car was a Volvo Bertone.
Was that where he had the Bertone?
Yeah. His record company bought it for him off of Switzerland. Yeah.
That's also where he moved in, and he didn't know anyone. He'd gone there for tax reasons plus to try and keep off the drugs. And then he thought he was just sort of exiled and he was a bit lonely. And then sort of a few nights into living in this house, the new house he'd got there, there's a knock on the door and it's Roger Moore.
Roger Moore?
Hello, David.
Oh.
And he lived up the road. And he popped. He came and had a cup of tea in the kitchen. So I said to Cubby Broccoli, I'm afraid I don't think that's what Bond would do. And he's telling all these stories. And Bowie's thinking, well, that's nice. Roger Moore's put around. Bye, Roger. Thanks for coming by.
Oh, those two would be brilliant.
And the next night, knock on the door. Hello, David. Roger Moore again. And this keeps happening. Every night Roger Moore comes round for a cup of tea, and it got to the point where Bowie was a bit sick of it.
He got bored of Roger Moore.
He used to pretend to be out while Roger Moore goes, David! Hello, it's Roger. Yeah. And Bowie used to pretend to be out. But
Roger always lives in areas that are financially clever.
Well, he lived in Switzerland for years.
Yeah, but is it interesting?
No, it's not, isn't it? How is Switzerland so boring?